Witch, hello and bonjour, and welcome to Montreal. Welcome back to my channel, guys. I am Shaun, your local Weemos witch, and I am here today in beautiful Montreal. I've been in Canada for a minute, but we just got to Montreal, and the city is so cool. It's so full of life, it's so full of culture, and I'm really excited to take you along with me to explore it. So it's Wednesday. I'm not totally sure what's on the agenda for today, but we're definitely going to explore the city. There's a little bit of rain in the forecast, but it is sunny in and out for now, so hopefully we'll be able to see a lot of the city together today. But there are also many days to come. So strap in, grab a drink, tea, whiskey, wine, and let's check this place out. A biento. I think something that strikes me about Montreal is its very interesting architecture. It's old world with a new world feel. It's grand, but it's cozy. And while externally it does feel very much like you're walking through an 18th century set. Merci, thank you. The city is bustling, updated, and modern, especially in its treatment of very important diasporic cultures that exist here. For example, the Quebecois culture is very important to its people. It's a living diaspora. The language and the culture itself is held in very high esteem by its people. It's a bilingual city. You'll see French on menus, you'll see French sections at bookstores, you'll see French on street signs. And the French very much differs from French you would hear in the country of France and here in Quebec. To the Quebecois people, it is important to keep the French alive, to keep the diaspora culture alive. And what I also appreciate is that we see a lot of boosting of local Indigenous cultures and Indigenous knowledge as well. What I liked about this city is it's not just about the French diaspora. This is a beautiful bookstore, probably the prettiest bookstore that we were in. It's called Librairie Maktaba. And this bookstore is an example of diasporic French Arabic culture, because France colonized some Arabic and African countries like Algeria and Morocco. Now, multiple Middle Eastern countries are represented in this store. And something I want to call out is the beauty of these rich colors that we often see represented in the imagery of these cultures. Something else I like about Montreal is that it's a very walkable city. The terrain is not super challenging in Old Town, so even for people like me who have walking issues, I was able to keep up and not be in too much pain. Now, of course, Mount Royal is a different story. We will cross that bridge when we come to it. French or English? This was probably one of my favorite spots in Old Town. This is the Governor's Garden and Chateau Ramessey. And between the expansive floral and herbal gardens, this beautiful fountain I just showed, it was very peaceful here. I found my favorite summer ally. Yarrow was very pleased about that. Also, the tansy was an incredible color. The echinacea was quite impressive as well to both me and the bees. Now, loud sound warning, we have some bagpipers practicing, which was really cool. Now our walk took us down Rue St. Paul, which is the main shopping area when you come to Old Town in Montreal. This is going to be your Temple Bar area, your Bourbon Street. It's full of restaurants and bars, plenty of places to get poutine fries. But there are also markets, a lot of local artists, and as you can see here, quite interesting souvenir shops. But after a while, our legs got tired, so we hired a car to take us over to the art museum. Quite the collection here. They had some really beautiful and important pieces, and I don't know about you, but I like to enjoy my art in silence, so I'll leave you to it. Bonjour, welcome to day 2. I'm in front of a really beautiful mural. It's a gorgeous day. Let's walk around the town. So what I really love about Montreal is that it is a very bilingual city. It's very open. You can parler français, you can speak French, or you can speak English, and they invite you to have a conversation in whatever language that you are interested in having, which I like as a perpetual beginner French speaker. I have always struggled with languages, but that has not deterred me from wanting to try and learn. I don't think it should deter anyone from wanting to try and learn, but I took French all throughout school, and I have a deep affinity for the language, and my partner is very advanced in his learning of French as well, and he's just very adaptable when it comes to languages, so it is nice to be around him. He can translate quickly, but yeah, I really like the openness about that here, that people are willing to help you through a conversation if you want to speak a different language than what you normally speak. So W Montreal, for that reason. It's also a gorgeous, absolutely stunning city. Let me see if I can pivot you around a little bit. Great architecture. Reminds me of New Orleans, of course. Very French architecture, French build, just grand and impressive. It's an impressive place. It is obviously a city, so it's very tight, it's very loud, but it's clean, it's kind, it's welcoming, and enjoyable. I would definitely come here and spend more time here if I wanted to work more on my French, be more immersed in the culture. The Quebecois people are very, very kind and welcoming. So, W Montreal so far.
We're gonna go check out more bookshops downtown. I asked if this area of downtown has a name, and I was met with je ne sais pas. So we don't know, but we're gonna take the metro.
Salut. Gorgeous. What I like about those is they're impossible meat and shiitake, so they're vegan. Delicious. So overall, I really liked this Saint-Denis area. A lot of great antique and vintage clothing shops. Secondhand is really my favorite way to get my clothing.
I'm obsessed with this little dog. Got some Tres Leches ice cream, and we ate it so fast we forgot to film it, so here you are.
Not only do I like the secondhand clothing stores in Saint-Denis, but I really liked the secondhand bookshops. Just like my clothes, my favorite way to get my books is secondhand as well, and these places were pretty expansive. They had a lot of options, whether or not you wanted to read classical literature, you wanted to read about herbalism, science, politics, history, it was all here.
Good morning. Bonjour. It's day 3, and we're having a great time so far. We have walked the town a lot. We've walked many parts of the town too, which is cool to see the different areas, the different neighborhoods, and what they're known for. Different little cultural centers. We've been hearing a lot of Québécois French, which is really cool. I like to hear the differences, especially I think as a learner. The French you're probably going to be taught is going to be standard French that is spoken in France. While it's harder to catch the Québécois accent, it is really interesting to be able to hear the slight regional differences. That's what just love about regional and diaspora cultures. And the Quebecois French in the area of Montreal and throughout Quebec are very involved and supportive of keeping their French roots and keeping the French alive and keeping the French diaspora culture alive, which is right up my alley. But the real reason I'm talking to you right now is because I want to rapid fire show you some of the book pickups that I got, not a big stack, but a meaningful stack, when I was in Ottawa just recently and now in Montreal. Hello from the floor. I, as usual, am setting up my travel altar. So I've picked this really cute little spot over in the corner right under the TV. It's a cute little peaceful spot. It has like a cool sculpture, which we love. We love abstract art especially. So cute little cool sculpture that just adds a little je ne sais quoi. And then I have a lot of my usual stuff that I travel with. So I have my little travel bag. I also have my bag of oils, my very standard, very treasured oils. My tarot deck, Esquelga, that I have been using for a little while now as I learn the language and reconnect to the culture. I also grabbed a little consecrated ritual oil from a local witchy shop. I believe it's called Incantations en français, so incantation, but this may give you a little indication of the spell I will be working on for my birthday. It's called Blockbuster Oil. It's got some local herbs in it. I also bought something that I've been seeing in like crystal, metaphysical, spiritual shops for a while now, and I always thought it was cool and I was curious about it. So now that I'm like in a space where I can't like light candles or bring my own scents into it really, aerosol Florida water room spray, which I thought it's like an air freshener and deodorizer. I also love Florida water for my sheets. I thought that was just really cool, so I can like kind of consecrate this space. Of course, I also love to use like my own handmade sprays and sprays from small businesses. I wanted to try it. It's my Hobbit birthday, so why not? We're trying new things. Anyway, let's set up our space. We are headed to the mountain. There she is. Quick pit stop. Whoops. So something that I do think is very important when you're visiting a new area is to come and pay respects to the local dead. You don't even have to say anything. Just a nice thought, maybe clearing some brush from a grave, an overgrown grave, maybe a little prayer, maybe a song. There's not a lot of pressure when it comes to working with local spirits, which I like, but obviously respect is necessary. So I love a cemetery. I love a burying point. I've said this a million times before in a million different videos. It's just really calming to be in this space. This is one of the older cemeteries in the area. It's from the 1850s. This is just the Mount Royal Cemetery. It's really nice here. Another thing I love about cemeteries is that oftentimes you can come and you can visit local, native, naturalized, different sorts of plants and trees. I find that cemeteries are most often great arboretums, working not only with spirits of the local dead, but also plant and tree spirits. Cemeteries are great places for that. Well, we made it to the top, and the view, c'est magnifique. I added a little rowan and some St. John's wort and a petition. Bon matin. Good morning. It is my birthday. It's Saturday, so we have a fun little day planned. All I know is, and I was told what we're doing, all I can remember is that we are going to the Museum of Archaeology here in Montreal, which I am so over the moon about because if you know me, which I hope by now you do, I am a huge nerd for archaeology. That is like my dream job. I wanted to be an archaeologist. Might be a little late for that now. If I could pick a dream job, archaeology. Anyway, I want to be so real with you guys. Yesterday was a fun day, but something really serious happened to me, and I want to talk a little bit about that quickly because I don't think it's really discussed enough as openly as it should be, especially by me. I'm not open about it. So some of you may know that I have a chronic illness, and if you know anything about chronic illnesses, it's that it's highs and lows. It's flares and good times, and usually the good times are a lot smaller than the pain moments. And a lot of folks within our community don't like to really draw attention to it because at the end of the day, it is something that is a huge setback for us. We don't want to dwell on it. It's embarrassing, it's frustrating, it's exhausting. And that's not to say that there aren't so many in the community that are ambassadors for it and voice pieces and mouthpieces for chronically ill people to have just as many rights as able-bodied folks and for us to have the attention that we need on the illness to be able to be taken seriously by medical professionals in the medical field. But I'm sure that it is something that is not totally obvious in this space, in my space. I do want to start being more honest about it. I just don't really like to discuss it. And that is my own ish. That's my own business. But what I will say is that what you see is not always what is happening. There is a lot that goes into these videos. There is a lot of production work. There is a lot of filming and time and energy and effort that goes into these videos, and they make an excellent product, and I'm always so proud of them, but there is a lot in the background that you don't see. And something that I don't show is a lot of the pain that I'm in, because I'm in pain every day, all the time. And it's my own struggle to be able to admit and discuss that, but what I will say is that I had a really, really bad flare-up yesterday where I couldn't walk by myself. And it was extremely upsetting because I felt like I've made a lot of progress, and that really set me back. It was a huge setback. And I just want to be honest about this because, you may look at these travel videos and you may look at the content that I put out either on social media or here, and it may be easy to think that I don't have issues that are holding me back, but I do. I'm in pain constantly. So this isn't me like fishing for sympathy. This is me trying to be honest so that if you are dealing with some kind of issue, be it chronic, mental, physical, emotional, you are seen, and your struggle doesn't have to be on camera for it to be valid. So I hope that's helpful. This is a safe space for this. And again, I don't put my struggle on camera. I don't talk about this, but I understand it's important for me to, and it's important for me to be honest with you. But just remember that when you watch these videos, there's a lot behind them. So that's all I'll say. Anyway, let's go check out the Archaeology Museum.
The Archaeology Museum is located at the epicenter of the origins of Montreal. The street outside used to be a river connecting to the St. Lawrence, and at this juncture for about 1,000 years, it had been a very important hunting and trading region for the local Indigenous tribes. The first attempt at a French colony was the Ville Marie. Located downriver from Quebec City, this was its cemetery. And while this was the first cemetery, it wasn't the last cemetery. There were other attempts at burying sites in the city of Montreal. Eventually, the settlers realized that the area was too prone to flooding to be able to keep a cemetery in that area. And that's why we have the Mount Royal Cemetery on top of the mountain. This was first the river, then it was a sewer, and now it's the tunnel connecting one part of the museum to the other. The tunnel takes you from the landing place of the settlers to where the fort ended up being built. This part of the museum tells a very interesting story of the founder of the city of Montreal basically using folk magic. He prayed to the Virgin Mary to spare the young settlement and its people from disastrous flooding, and when she did, or at least when they were spared, he made his way to the top of the mountain and erected a cross in her honor. Today, it still stands. Not the original cross, of course, but a giant metal cross stands in its place, protecting the city of Montreal. Certainly that sounds to me like fulfilling a spirit contract, but I don't know, what do you think? These models built into the floor of this part of the museum show the progression of the buildings over the years. And as the city grew, so did the artifacts that were found. The imagery is important on these pipes. It shows not only the French influence, but also the Scottish influence and the Irish influence. And speaking of influence, what I especially appreciated was the drawback consistently to the Indigenous cultures that were here first and are still here. A museum for me needs to be an examination of culture. Culture that was, culture that is, and what we need to remember and respect. And in the same vein, what we also need to remember so that we don't repeat. Just as often as there are good ancestors, there are bad ancestors and bad actors that we need to learn from as well. The history of colonization here doesn't go unspoken about, and that's something that we all need to get more comfortable speaking about, calling out, and learning from.
Montréal est fondée par des Français, au des couteaux. Mais en 1684, dans les vestiges qui nous entourent se trouvent ceux d'un autre bâtiment du XVIIIe siècle, sur la place, à partir des fondations de l'ancien magasin du roi.
Conclure le procès qui accable mon cher père.
Oh, found something. I think it's important for me to mention that the entire museum is protected ruins. It was built on top of multiple preserved ruins from different eras. So in the lower part, you have the crypt, you have the indigenous tools and artifacts. The Royal Insurance Building, the last building that was standing over these ruins, were essentially protecting them. And then you can essentially walk through the sewer or the river and be in the fort. So very cool overall, 10 out of 10. I really liked this. And the exhibit we're showing right now is, of course, a guest exhibit about Mycenaean era Greece. This exhibit was extra special for me, especially to see on my birthday, because I had seen a lot of these pieces and a lot of these statues, a lot of these artifacts already in Greece about 15 years ago. So it was really nice to say hello to some old friends.
Santé.
So pretty.
Okay, guys, I'm ending the vlog here. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you loved Montreal as much as we did. I cannot wait to be back, and I can't wait for the next one and to take you with me. See you then. Slankafol.